Well, I think it goes with the double X chromosome. I mean, as a young child, I think my grandfather was the first person to put me on a horse, and we were living in New Zealand. I was probably about 3 years old, and I can still remember the feeling when I sat on this horse. He was a farrier, and I think the horse was a Clydesdale, but it might have just looked like that through a 3-year-old's eyes. But my grandfather was a farrier. And yeah, he put me on this horse, which seemed to be as high as the sky. And I remember sitting there and smelling the horse and feeling the fur. And I think because that's stayed with me for so long, I think it must have had a major effect. And then, of course, we had dogs and cats, and I'd be terribly upset if they were unwell. And then I got my first pony, a little skewbald, when I was about 10 years old, and I really had to work hard on my parents. I had to, cry a lot and be upset and sad, and also earn a lot of pocket money. And they bought the horse and I bought the saddle. Yeah, so I guess that's it really. It's just something, and I think I probably would have, been involved with animals no matter what job I had, because there's just something so spiritual and soulful about them. After I finished uni, I was in mixed practice for a while, and then I went back and did a 3-year PhD studies in neonatal foals. So mares and foals have been a passionate interest of mine, and they relate pretty tightly to nutrition, because so much of their health and well-being, and certainly the growth and development of the young horses, is impacted, I think, by nutrition more than anything else. After I finished my 3-year specialist study in mares and foals, I worked in studs in the United Kingdom and the US and Japan and New Zealand and the UAE, India, basically wherever there were horses. And that was a really special time. And it was interesting because it doesn't matter what the discipline, what the country, what the geography, the weather, like horses have the same health problems all around the world. And that's where my interest in nutrition grew, because so many veterinary clinical diseases and performance problems can be helped with correct nutrition.